Let's make the best lemon cake according to my family recipe. I'm Violet. Let's do this. First, let's make the lemon base for the cream. Pour 600 grams of sugar, 135 grams of cornstarch, and 10 grams of vanilla sugar into a saucepan. It's so important. Be sure not to reduce the amount of sugar in the cream as it will be too sour. Add 2 eggs and whisk them a little bit to make them smooth. I prepared 600 milliliters of water in a jug and now I need to gradually pour it into the dry ingredients. At the same time, stir everything well for preventing starch lumps. Add 5 grams of lemon zest and that's all. I don't add anything else to the pan and set it aside. The last ingredient in the cream is freshly squeezed lemon juice. I need 120 grams of it. Be sure to prepare it in advance before making the main part of a custard because juice always added at the end. The lemon base will be custardy, so I put the mixture on a medium heat and stir it constantly so that the starch doesn't become lumpy. When you see the cream spit like this, it means it's time to add the lemon juice that we prepared earlier. After adding the juice, cook for 2-3 minutes and remove from the heat. Wow, it's so yellow. I cover it with food wrap in contact and chill it to room temperature. While the base is chilling, knead the dough for the layers. It will be shortbread with lemon. I pour 500 grams of flour and 200 grams of sugar into a deep bowl. Put 18 grams of baking powder and mix the dry ingredients together a little before continuing. I've already added lemon zest to the cream, but I'll add another 15 grams to the dough. Then pour 3 eggs and throw a pinch of salt. Now you can mix it all well, but it's not over yet. The last thing to go is butter. I take 250 grams of unsweetened butter. It should be at room temperature, so it's the best to take it out of the fridge in advance. And in principle, you can immediately turn on the manual mode and knead a wonderful shortbread dough for our lemon cake. The dough is very tender and soft, so it needs to be stabilized. To do this, I cover it with a food wrap and put it in the fridge for 1 hour. During this time, I won't be able to do anything anyway, as the lemon base is still cooling. The dough is ready and now I need to divide it into 4 parts. 3 large equal parts will be layers and 1 small part will be for sprinkling the finished lemon cake. I take a 26 cm baking sheet. Don't grease it, just cover it with parchment paper. Put the first ball of dough in the center of the baking sheet and start spreading it around the perimeter with patting movements. Periodically, I dust my hand with flour and pat it again. The dough needs to be spread evenly so that it's not thicker or thinner. Bake the layers in a preheated to 180 degrees oven for 8-10 minutes. This is enough time. The dough shouldn't be too brown as it will lose its fluffiness and dry out into a cracker. We don't want that. Follow the same pattern to form 2 more layers, and for the first one it's enough to stretch it a little before baking since I will blend it into crumbs anyway. I love this method of rolling out. The dough is like a Play-Doh, very playable. As a result, we ended up with 3 square and even layers and 1 small for sprinkling. They need to cool well, and during this time I'll finish making the cream. I take 200 grams of butter at room temperature and whisk it with a hand mixer for about 5-7 minutes. The butter should become fluffy and visually increase in volume. Take out our chilled lemon base and gradually add it to the butter, a few spoons at a time. Put in 2-3 spoons and whisk it well with a mixer. A few more spoons and whisked again. And so on until it becomes so smooth, fluffy and stable lemon cream. Divide cream into three parts visually, not by ruler, and then I can start making the cake. It's so simple. Put one part of the cream on the layer and even out it around the perimeter. Make sure that there is no hump of cream in the center as the cake can slide to the side. Cover it with the second layer and repeat the same process. The lemon cake is special because the cream is made with water. I've seen many recipes that used milk, but I decided to make the cream with water for budgetary reasons, and it turned out cool. Put the third layer on it and with the last part of the cream cover the whole cake. Smooth the sides and even out the top. Ensure the cake should be evenly covered with cream. Now let's move on to the final stage, sprinkling the cake. Take our fourth small layer and blend it into fine crumbs. Sprinkle the entire cake with this crumb, both the top and the sides. Cover it well, leaving no empty spaces. Do not cool the cake before sprinkling, as the crumbs may not stick to the surface. This is the view we got. It weighs 2 kilos and 800 grams. It is so good looking that I'm even a little sorry to cut him, but I want to try it again. It cuts like a charm. I adore to eat it with my morning coffee. That's all for today. More recipes every Friday. See you next time. Big hug, yours Violet.